Hello everyone, is it Friday? I don't know, I've lost track a little bit, but I think it's Friday. A long time no see. I apologise profusely for not having said hello or put a video up for about a week or so. Might be even a day more than a week. I'm not sure. But we're desperately all hands to the pump at the moment trying to get the next issue out, which is September's issue. Comes out on Monday the 1st of August. Sunday is the 1st of August actually, and that's when the digital issue has to go live, and obviously the Royal Mail is out of our hands a little bit. When the Royal Mail can get the new copy to you, we do distribute it on time, but it all depends when it can get printed and finished and Royal Mail can get it delivered, but hopefully that will be as soon as possible, early next week, near the 1st as possible. So there we go. So that's a little bit why I literally haven't had time, and in fact even today's video is a little bit pushed, but never mind about all that, you don't need to worry about that. What's happened in theatre lately? Not much has happened, except things have calmed down a little bit, haven't they? We're still in very much the same boat. Let me see. Now that the 19th of July has come and gone, Freedom Day, so it was supposedly labelled, or Closure Day, whatever you want to call it. Now that's come and gone, and the government in England has lifted all restrictions. I know Scotland, Wales, Northern Ireland and devolved have their own set of rules that they have to obey to, but they're pretty much on a par with England. The UK government announcements are pretty close to what Scotland, Wales, Northern Ireland will be doing. And so if we talk about the UK government, I know that if you're in Scotland, Wales, Northern Ireland, you will be slightly adhering to different rules, very slightly, but we're hoping to run them in tandem at some point, and it won't be too far behind. You might even be ahead on certain things, so that's good. But now they've been lifted in England, and let's face it, the West End's in England, in London, which is very big. Then it's going to be down to getting the audiences back into our theatres, because face masks are not mandatory anymore. Social distancing is not mandatory. Theatres can legally play to 100% capacity audiences now again, which is great. So it's all about getting the public confidence back into our theatres so that people will have the confidence to come back in the doors. And not only audiences, but cast and crew have got to meet up to rehearse before a show is put on. They've got to have the confidence to come in and meet up and, so on and so forth, come to rehearsals and plan the show. So there's two sets of people that have to be confident. And that's what the trick is now. That's what it's going to be down to. Pretty soon we're going to be having, it looks like, it's not mandatory at the moment, I have to say, and nothing's been decided. So there is no law that says vaccine passports have to be shown to enter a theatre. They're talking about it on the news, aren't they? The pub to get a drink, how dare they ask us to show a passport? And it's going to be a really tricky one, because some people obviously are objecting to vaccines, and that's fine. People in this country have the right to object to a vaccine. I'm talking about politics now because it's intrinsically linked to what we're doing. Theatre is probably the last bastion at all to be reopened. With hospitality, I guess, and restaurants and all that kind of stuff, and pubs and things, and clubs and nightclubs and stuff. But they're large gatherings, aren't they? And theatre is doing more than most to be responsible, I think. And it's true. We are doing more than most. But it's not mandatory at the moment to show a vaccine passport. But Boris Johnson has hinted at the fact that they're looking at maybe bringing these in as a matter of thing. But I was saying that it's going to be really difficult, isn't it? Because some people are anti-vaxxers and they don't believe the efficacy of the vaccine is legitimate, and they believe it. There's all sorts of conspiracy going around, like it's the only way to produce an ID card for everyone, and that's what a vaccine passport will be. It's another way of saying it's an ID card and all that kind of stuff. But if it gets you into the theatre, it gets you into the theatre. What do we do? What about the people who have health issues that can't take the vaccine for whatever reason because of a health issue, and therefore they're not vaccinated, and therefore if you have to have a vaccine passport to go to the theatre in the future, are you going to be excluded from ever seeing theatre ever again? It's a real tricky one, isn't it? How do we get past that? There has to be a way of showing a negative test result. So a vaccine passport kind of is a negative test result, but I don't think to show that you've had a double vaccine is going to be the answer, because that means that you have had to have the vaccine. I think a negative test result may be the way forward, and people that are, as far as I know, health-wise exempt from having the vaccine can still take the COVID lateral flow tests, the very quick ones. I believe that's the case. Otherwise, please let me know. I don't know. So maybe it's a negative test result that you need to show. Maybe. I know that the professional shows at the moment, I know that they're a bit behind, but they're bringing in this thing, whereas if you've had contact with the person that's had a positive test result, at the moment shows need to close. That's why the West End shows are having so many problems. They've been opening one person in the whole company who've tested positive for whatever reason. No one's had any contact with them in the show, but because they've tested positive, the whole show has to self-isolate at the moment, and they're getting rid of that coming up, and I think that's sometime in August. I know Andrew Lloyd Webber's Cinderella had to close because of exactly that problem, and Hairspray had to do the same. But I know Andrew Lloyd Webber does stamp his feet a little bit, and he's quite high profile, and the media contacts him quite regularly about giving an opinion on what's going on and what's been said in the news and the government and stuff, and he has done that. And I know that for a fact that he's moaned about it, but lo and behold, Cinderella has closed and it opens again. Isn't it the 20-something of August? It's going to have its opening night, so it's been pushed back another 4 weeks. It's always 4 weeks, isn't it? And obviously there's people losing money and losing livelihoods and money in that time. But what can we do about it? I don't know. We all had to wait for this 4-week delay. Freedom Day was delayed by 4 weeks, wasn't it? But the vaccine, obviously, the efficacy of it is proving itself, because the hospitalisations and deaths are going right down. They're going right down. They're through the floor. And the figures are coming down again, apparently. So it's good news. It's kind of good news. And if you are offered a vaccine and you can take it, then please do. Please do. Especially if you're in the theatre business, or even if you're in amateur theatre sector, just take it. Take the vaccine, for goodness sake. You can still be infected and pass it on with the vaccine, but you don't fall ill so much. I think it's 1 in 20 that might be falling ill and suffering with COVID. But if you're part of the 95% that are properly vaccinated, then you won't have a problem. If you're part of the 95% efficiency, success rate, let's call it, behind the vaccine. But I've waffled on a bit, haven't I? But anyway, there we go. As I say, we've been trying to get this new issue out, and the new issue we'll put up here, because we'd love you to, all this while that we're going on, we probably brought it out a bit early for June and July, and now August, September is our second back to print issue, and there it is with Jodie Steele on the cover. But please, please, please subscribe if you can and take sardines in. It doesn't cost you much money. $20.99 gets you this copy sent, printed to you, and if you send it today, you'll just about get in on time and get the new issue on time posted out to you as it goes out this weekend, etc, etc. But please, 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 and there are tutorials on our YouTube channel. If you look at the playlist on this YouTube channel, go to tutorials, look at the playlists, go to tutorials. There's one about how to read the issue, how to subscribe, how to register, subscribe online. Just follow it. It's very, very simple. Simply done. Very simply done. And it's not rocket science anyway. So give it a go. Okay, that's it for now, I think. I don't even know if it's for now. We just make these up as we go along, these videos. But we'll post another one out Monday when the new issue will be out. And we'll probably talk about that. But in the meantime, stay safe, stay well. We're back in a funny sort of way. We just got to get that public confidence up, and we got to get our confidence up as well. But there's reviews coming in at the minute, so it's good news. Bye for now. Bye.